Ahoy, mateys. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Progressive Discussions. I'm back on Saturday evening. This will be the permanent time slot for now, but I will tell you this, it won't be a weekday ever again. So, how's everyone doing? It is the middle of April 2023. It is the weekend, of course, and it's raining very heavily here, which knocked out the heat wave that we had with the 90-degree temperatures. But we went from 90 degrees and very dry to the low 60s and very humid. Now, I was trying to decide whether or not I should turn the air conditioner off or not. It's a toss-up. I turned it off, opened the windows. The windows were great, cold air coming through. Let's see what happens. If the humidity overtakes the lower temperature, then the AC will go back on. Anyway, sorry for the weather rant, but I despise humidity. When I was in the Sonora Desert for the first time, it was so comfortable. That dryness, that dry heat, there's nothing like it. It really was comfortable. Not to mention the beauty of the desert and the peacefulness, the serenity, and all the cactus blossoms were out, you know. What a wonderful place. Just don't get stuck out there without water. Okay, let me start off with the first topic. Let's see if this is an article or if it's going to be a video. I hope the video is not just an advertisement. Well, let's see what happens. You never know. You know, it might be a big, obnoxious, pushy advertisement for TurboTax, so I'm not going to play the video. Well, the worst case scenario, it will be, and I'll shut it off. Well, I have the audio off just in case. Here's this moron dancing in front of the lake with the fountains. Yeah, fuck you, TurboTax. I tried it one time and I ended up getting less money back. You believe that? Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. So,
I'm Darshini David. I'm a broadcaster, economist, and author of The Almighty Dollar. In many ways, it might seem like the obvious thing. The euro is used by more people than there are Americans using dollars. So surely that should mean that the euro becomes a dominant currency, right? I mean, after all, both trading blocs are made up of very big spenders indeed. So surely the euro should be in ascendancy. It hasn't quite happened just as yet. What we've seen is the euro, when it was launched as a currency that represented a very disparate range of countries with very different fortunes. And that meant because you had to have one interest rate to represent all those countries, what you saw was their economies doing wildly different things. You had an interest rate that was set to suit the economies largely of the largest countries like Germany and France. So whereas you needed relatively low interest rates because you had problems with German unemployment, that meant there was a property boom in Dublin instead because the Irish economy needed much higher interest rates. So what you had there was a set of economies all pulling in different directions, which damaged initial confidence in the euro, and perhaps things would have settled down. But along then came the financial crisis, and there were concerns after that about some of the members of the Eurozone, in particular, of course, Greece, and whether that could upset the whole project. So that's brought questions over the stability of the euro and also its future as well. So at the moment, what you're seeing is the fact that the euro hasn't really become that challenge to the dollar that indeed many thought it would do. In fact, many central bankers, when the euro was launched around the turn of the millennium, did express openly their concerns that this could threaten the dollar's position. Not quite yet. You might see actually the yuan get there before the euro. Well, the euro always was going to be an experiment, and it's a bit harsh to judge the fate of the euro, rather whether or not it's been a success on the back of, frankly, a few years' experience. Will the euro last? Well, it's lasted so far, and I think it's been through a pretty major test over the last decade. When you look at what happened with the financial crisis, if you look at what happened with Greece in particular, and the way that Germany and the richer neighbours had to turn around and say, well, what are we going to do about this crisis? I think it's going to last. But we've seen what's happened with Brexit. And that could, of course, cause nerves and restlessness across the continent. We're seeing it already. So I don't think you can take anything for granted when it comes to the euro. But I think for it to fall apart now, or indeed in the near future, would be absolutely catastrophic for the economy's concerns. I think what you'd see were central bankers and politicians doing everything they can to ensure that this experiment does continue for a while, at least.
Okay, I will read the article. Dollar versus the yuan. De-dollarization has begun as recent trade deals elevate other countries. Peter Earle wrote, but the dollar is likely to remain a top global currency, according to The Economist. And the odds that China's yuan, I think that's how it's pronounced, will replace the dollar are essentially impossible, he added. De-dollarization has begun as recent trade deals elevate rivals, but the greenback is likely to remain a global currency, according to economist Peter C. Earle. The Duke of Earl? No, that was an old doo-wop song. He pointed to last month's deal between China and Brazil to settle trade in each other's currencies, noting that it's the latest example of a growing trend. Writing in the American Institute for Economic Research last week, Earle added that use of the dollar in economic warfare, as well as ever-fraught monetary policy regimes, are driving countries away from the greenback. And slower or more quickly, the dollar will lose ground abroad, he said. But in the follow-up on Tuesday, Earle added that while rivals make gains, the dollar is still likely to remain a global currency. Okay, first, barring a truly extraordinary event or series of developments, a scenario in which the dollar is no longer used at all in international trade is highly unlikely, he said. Yeah. He said, Confucius say, right? He cited the vast size of the U.S. economy and its breadth of its trading relationships, adding that there are high barriers to exit as well as high costs for switching currencies. Such a shift would take decades, if not generations, he said. Meanwhile, despite China's efforts to elevate the yuan on the world stage and replace the dollar, Earle is highly skeptical. Even beyond the decades that such a change would probably take, the likelihood of the yuan becoming the global reserve currency ranges between profoundly unlikely to essentially impossible. He wrote, he said, they're all gurus and experts. Earle's note comes as China has actively established agreements with countries such as Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Laos, and Brazil to use the yuan for cross-border transactions, replacing the dollar. Well, okay. I don't have that many topics and articles. Hey, Masumi's here. Good morning, Masumi. Good morning to you. And it is now what is it? 9:14 a.m. Sunday in the Tokyo area of Japan. So good morning to you, Masumi, and thank you for stopping by and saying hello from Japan. Geordie from Scotland, performing artist Geordie. Yo. Okay. Geordie, if you don't mind, let me get through a few serious topics, and I will definitely send you the link to join over on Messenger. Okay, I just don't want to bore you with any serious topics, but I don't have that many, so it should go quickly. All right, Jordy. All right. Okay. Go on to the next one. Let's see what this is. Well, this is just Liz Cheney, Republican Liz Cheney, bucking heads with the lunatic, the dumbass, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay. And has to do with the leaking of classified documents. But I'm going to play the video. Because I did too much reading on the last show. Okay. All right, here we go. So I'm going to play the video. All right. This involves Chiseler. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Chiseler was arrested Thursday at a home in North Dayton, Massachusetts. He made his first court appearance Friday, where he was charged with possessing classified documents pertaining to national security and possessing national defense materials. The charges carry a maximum of 10 years behind bars.
The earth is full of color. Caring for it should be too. At Rothy's, you can go green in every color. With thread knit from recycled plastic bottles, green means so much more. Rothy's, green in every color.
We begin with the suspected leaker of military documents now behind bars.
21-year-old Jack Teixeira appeared in federal court today. He is facing multiple charges for allegedly posting classified Pentagon documents on the internet. Now, Teixeira is a member of the Massachusetts Air National Guard, where he has served for more than 3 years. He specializes in IT, working on military systems, including those that are classified.
We want to show you some video now. This is the moment FBI agents took Teixeira into custody. He was arrested at his home about an hour south of Boston, quote, without incident. NBC News White House correspondent Ali Rafa joins us now. So, Ali, what more can you tell us about Teixeira? What do we know about him?
Why is the audio, why does it keep cutting out? This is NBC, so what the fuck?
At this hour, and potentially why he leaked these documents.
Yeah, guys, well, we know Jack Teixeira was promoted last year to Airman First Class in the Massachusetts Air National Guard. And in that capacity, he worked in IT, which required him to have a top secret national security clearance.
That's him. He looks like a little wimp, a little pencil neck geek. He looks like he's 16 years old.
In addition to that, he had to sign a life.
Now, we're having technical difficulties with this, so what I'm going to do.
Binding non-disclosure agreement. But this arrest affidavit that we have that was unsealed this morning doesn't say whether Teixeira had lawful access as part of his job to those documents.
I'm not going to play it. It's getting on my nerves. Anyway, hey, don't do the crime. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. That comes from Robert Blake from the old show Beretta. Um, okay. Okay. The last three articles are videos that by Mr. Robert Reich, which I enjoy tremendously. I think he makes some of the finest progressive political videos around. Robert Reich. He worked for the Clinton administration. He's a fantastic guy. Fantastic, very knowledgeable, very intelligent, soft-spoken. You know, he's somebody that you could listen to for hours, really. Let me just get the first one. There's 3 videos by Robert Reich. So this is a salute honoring Mr. Robert Reich, because I will play his videos often because they're that great. Okay. This is on. This is interesting.
I keep hearing no one wants to work anymore. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce, corporate America's biggest lobbying group, claims there are over 10 million job openings right now in the United States for which employers can't find workers. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell says the U.S. is dealing with a structural labor shortage. But here's the truth. There is no labor shortage. There is, however, a shortage of jobs paying sufficient wages to attract workers to fill them. When a problem is wrongly described, the solutions posed often turn out to be equally wrong. For most Americans, real inflation-adjusted wages continue to drop. Any pay increases workers may have earned in the past few years have actually been pay cuts because wages have lagged behind the rising costs of basic necessities like housing, food, childcare, and healthcare. Now, you don't have to be a financial wizard to see why some workers might say, the hell with it. So, what should be done about the difficulty employers are having finding workers? Simple. If employers want more workers, they should pay them more. Many corporations are raking it in right now. They can clearly afford to. Of course, Jerome Powell and his colleagues at the Fed don't want to hear this. They're aiming to deal with the so-called labor shortage by slowing the economy so much that employers can find all the workers they need without raising wages. But the Fed increasing interest rates to slow the economy will prevent millions of people from getting desperately needed raises and cause millions more to lose their jobs, disproportionately low-wage workers, women, and people of color. Meanwhile, Republicans and some corporate economists blame the labor shortage on overly generous unemployment benefits. They say the way to get more people into jobs is to make their lives outside jobs less tolerable. Rubbish! Most unemployed people are already hard up. Pandemic benefits are long over. And even before COVID, America's unemployment system was already the least generous of any rich nation. Taken to its logical extreme, the corporate Republican argument holds water only if you don't give a damn about workers. Sure, you could eliminate all safety nets, and at some point, people without jobs will hurt so much they'll have to take any available job at any wage, whatever it demands. But do this, and we'll end up with an economy that's even crueler than today's economy. Look, if we want more people to take jobs and we wish to live in a moral society where people can maintain decent lives, the answer is to pay people more. Instead of saying no one wants to work anymore, we should be saying no one wants to be exploited anymore.
Damn right. Very well said, Robert Reich. Very well said. No one wants to be exploited anymore. Not that no one wants to work anymore. Let me get back. Okay, the next Robert Reich video is going to infuriate everyone that is a consumer. It infuriated me. Hey, what's going on here? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me start from the beginning. It has to do with junk fees. This will really make smoke come out of every orifice on your body. And, you know, if you thought that corporations have stooped low, well, guess again, they managed to stoop even lower. And away we go. Oh boy. You believe that? You believe that crapola? So in other words, Jordy, if you're listening, let's say you book a flight and accommodation at a 5-star hotel resort. Okay, all right. You go there, and then all of a sudden, lo and behold, after you check in, you notice that they're charging you extra for the Wi-Fi in your hotel room, and they're charging you extra a junk fee for usage of the in-ground Olympic-sized pool, the swimming pool that's at the hotel. Now, normally, people are allowed to use the pool if they're staying at the resort hotel. So the greedy, underhanded tactic of the hospitality industry is that they just want to charge you to sleep in their hotel, to use the room, with no Wi-Fi. You want Wi-Fi? Oh, we're going to make you pay for it. Yeah, so you got the message concerning these the junk fees, and leave it up to the progressives or Democrats to stop it. Well, Democrats are not progressives, but it's sure as hell not going to be the right-wing fascists of the Republican Party that are going to stop this corporate greed in regards to junk fees. Okay, this is the last, before I bring my panel on, last serious topic, because it is a serious show. But after I get by the serious topics, you know, just like when a company, office workers have casual Friday, well, it becomes casual progressive discussions after I blow by all the serious topics. So we have one more. In this case, it is a Robert Reich video, a very informative, educational Robert Reich video. And it's the last one, but it's the newest one, and it's a great one.
Some politicians are calling for higher taxes on the rich. And naturally, these proposals have unleashed a torrent of opposition, mostly from the rich. Here are the 12 biggest myths they are propounding. Myth: a top marginal tax rate applies to all of a person's total income or wealth.
Why aren't you giving 70% of your income to the government? You could.
You're going to tax 70% of your paycheck.
Wrong. It would only apply to dollars in excess of a certain level. The 70% income tax rate proposed by Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez would apply only to dollars in excess of $10 million a year. The 2% wealth tax proposed by Elizabeth Warren would apply only to wealth in excess of $50 million. Myth: raising taxes on the rich is a far left idea.
She wants to radically tax the rich.
Taxing rich people, that's an old saw from the left.
Baloney. 70% of Americans, including 54% of Republicans, support raising taxes on families making more than $10 million a year. And expecting the rich to pay their fair share is a traditional American idea. From 1930 to 1980, the average top marginal income tax rate was 78%. From 1951 to 1963, it exceeded 90%. Again, only on dollars in excess of a very high threshold. Even considering all deductions and tax credits, the very rich paid over half of their top incomes in taxes. Myth: a wealth tax is unconstitutional.
Bad idea.
And it's likely unconstitutional.
Sounds great. Not constitutional, I don't think.
Rubbish. Most locales already impose an annual wealth tax on the value of people's homes, the main source of household wealth for most people. It's called the property tax. The rich hold most of their wealth in stocks and bonds. So why should these forms of wealth escape taxation? Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution gives Congress the power to lay and collect taxes. Myth: when taxes on the rich are cut, they invest more and everyone benefits. When taxes on the rich are increased, economic growth slows.
The frightening thing about high marginal tax rates is that it leads us into a low productivity economy.
They're going to stop creating jobs. If you raise the interest rates, they'll stop investing money. They'll stop borrowing money. And that has a trickle-down effect.
Utter baloney. Trickle-down economics is a cruel joke. Donald Trump, George W. Bush, and Ronald Reagan all cut taxes on the rich, and nothing trickled down. There's no evidence that higher taxes on the rich slows economic growth. To the contrary, when the top marginal tax rate has been high, between 71 and 92%, growth has averaged 4% a year. But when the top rate has been low, between 28 and 39%, growth has averaged only 2.1%. Myth. When you cut taxes on corporations, they invest more and create more jobs.
Will stimulate investment domestically.
Stimulate the jobs that the economy needs.
Wrong again. After Trump and the Republicans lowered the corporate tax rate in 2018, America's largest corporations cut more jobs than they created. They used their tax savings largely to increase their stock prices by buying back their own shares of stock, enriching executives and wealthy investors, but providing no real benefit to the economy. Myth. The rich already pay more than their fair share in taxes.
When she says the thing about fair share, you know, the top 1% of earners pay 40% of income taxes.
The top 1% already pay 37% of all federal income taxes.
This is misleading because it focuses only on income taxes, leaving out the large and growing tax burden on lower income Americans. Payroll taxes, state and local sales taxes, and property taxes take bigger bites out of the pay of lower income families than higher income. Myth. The rich already pay capital gains taxes.
The very, very top pay capital gains tax.
We already have a 30%, 20 to 30% tax on capital gains.
Misleading. Rich families avoid paying capital gains taxes by passing their wealth on to their heirs. In fact, the largest share of big estates transferred from generation to generation are unrealized capital gains that have never been taxed. Myth. The estate tax is a death tax that hits millions of Americans.
Does death trigger another grab from the government? It's so un-American, it just turns my stomach. She wants another bite at the apple. And when you die, even another bite at the apple, 40% worth.
Baloney. The current estate tax, which only applies to assets in excess of $11 million or $22 million for couples, affects fewer than 2,000 families. Myth. If taxes are raised on the wealthy, they will find ways to evade them. So very little money is going to be raised.
Billionaires will go somewhere else. Multimillionaires will go somewhere else.
So you raise these taxes and people shift their investments to avoid higher taxes.
More rubbish. For example, a 2% wealth tax, as proposed by Senator Elizabeth Warren, would raise around $2.75 trillion over the next decade, with very little tax evasion, according to research. A 70% tax on incomes over $10 million would raise close to $720 billion over the next 10 years. Myth. The only reason to raise taxes on the wealthy is to collect revenue.
No one really believes that it would either bring in more revenues.
It's not just because you object to the existence of rich people. You're not trying to hurt them. You just want to pay for more stuff.
No. Although these proposals would generate lots of revenue and help us reduce the national debts while investing in schools, roads, and all the other things we need, another major purpose is to reduce inequality and thereby safeguard democracy against oligarchy. Myth. It's unfair to raise taxes on the wealthy.
Seems to me like it's more a debate about punishing the rich, about punishing success.
The most successful are not only paying their fair share, they're paying the most. Pay your fair share. What are you talking about?
Actually, it's unfair not to raise taxes on the rich. For the last 40 years, most Americans have seen almost no growth in their incomes at all, while the incomes of a minority at the top have skyrocketed. We're rapidly heading toward a society dominated by a handful of super rich, many of whom have never worked a day in their lives. More than 60% of wealth in America is now inherited. Myth. They earned it. It's their money.
I think if people earn money, they should be able to hold on to it.
And be able to do as they see fit with their newfound hard-earned cash.
Hogwash. It's their country, too. They couldn't maintain their fortunes without what America provides: national defense, police, laws, courts, political stability, and the Constitution. They couldn't have got where they are without other things America provides: education, infrastructure, and a nation that respects private property. And to argue it's their money also ignores a lot of other ways America has bestowed advantages on the rich. Everything from bailing out Wall Street bankers when they get into trouble to subsidizing the research of big pharma. So the next time you hear one of these myths, know the truth. If you found our video informative, please follow this page.
Okay. You know what? My message to the top 2% is pay your fair share in taxes and shut your mouth. Okay? What would you rather have? The middle class carry the tax burden? Okay. And lower income people getting, and the middle class getting slapped with consumption taxes, sales taxes, consumption. Listen, trickle-down economics has always been a lie. Always. The prosperity of the corporation, the American corporation, it just accumulates and pools at the top like a big goblet of wine, and before the wine spills over and trickles down to you, they just replace it with a bigger glass. And then that goes up and they replace it with a larger glass. And then it just pools at the top. Nothing trickles down. They want to bring back slavery, and I mean, they would do it in a heartbeat if they can legally do it. You know? Power tube. Sam Spallman. Okay, whatever. Well, I sent the links out, and I'm waiting for my panelists. They will come on at different intervals, but I just want to salute Mr. Robert Reich for very informative videos that deal with telling Americans the real hard-hitting truth, regardless what their financial situation is, whether they be poor, middle class, 2% or 1%. Sounds like we're talking about milk, right? 2%, 1%.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, it's working good from the very first start. What do you know?
Yeah, how about that? Knock on wood.
Humid in Chicago today. How you guys doing?
Good. This is my co-host and right-hand man, Mick Von Raven from Chicago, Illinois, and I opened the windows because the app said 63 degrees Fahrenheit and going down to 59, but it's raining hard, and so I had to make a decision. Do I deal with under 60 degrees and high humidity, or do I put the air conditioner back on?
It's a little early for air.
Well,
I'm trying not to turn my air on yet.
It wasn't early. It wasn't early the end of this past week because it was like 90 degrees.
Insanity,
here.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it was 90 degrees but it was very dry air mass. It was very dry. But yeah, so it is what it is. The what, just like the Star Trek episode, the Empress of the planet Vulcan, the POW. She says, "The weather is the weather. What can be done?" She was a Jewish Vulcan. The weather is the weather. What can be done? So I sent it to Jordy. He was very antsy about coming on. Then I sent him the link, and where is he?
Now, who's Jordy? A new guest?
Now you know him. He's the gentleman from Scotland, the Scottish man. Let's see. He didn't see it. He says, "I will join. Send me the link. I will join. Send me the link." All right, whatever. I sent it to Ronnie Simpson when he gets home from his late dinner. Late dinner. You know why he went out for a late dinner? I bet his significant other was bugging him that she wanted to go out.
Ah,
I bet that's what it is. Otherwise, Ronnie would have went out. He would have decided on dinner earlier.
gotcha.
Yeah. Dinner. You need these women with their dinner. You take me to dinner. You're gonna take
Let's
me
eat
to
dinner. Let's eat dinner at 8:00. Yeah, what a bad health move that is.
Yeah, and then they choose a very expensive crotch tail or cocktail. They choose I mean, that's because they don't fucking cook.
No, they're eaters, mass eaters.
They pretend not to know how to cook, so they don't cook because they don't know. But in reality, they're lazy, and they want to be taken out, because cooking, if there's a will, there's a way, and in my opinion, cooking is easy. I mean, I watched all the cooking shows since I was a kid, all the famous cooking shows, and my grandmother, God rest her soul, she cooked massive amounts of great food, especially during the holidays. Every holiday was a big spread, big feast, and I got used to that, and I just took an interest in. I saw these men that were the best chefs in the world, and it was predominantly a male career, and I just decided, I don't want to like eat takeout every day.
No, that should be on the weekend. Is the weekend treat usually?
And even worse, the worst thing in the world is settling for a frozen dinner.
Frozen pizzas, as far as I go.
Right, but good frozen pizzas.
Yes.
I think the first quality frozen pizza was Tombstone that hit the market.
They've kind of gone down a little bit, though.
No, but I mean the first ones.
Yeah, the early one in the 80s. Yeah.
Jordy, I sent you the link on Facebook Messenger. Yeah, they as far as the nationally advertised quality pizza, because I don't consider like Mama Celeste or any of those other with the fake Italian mama on the front cover. I don't consider them to be good pizzas.
Tombstone, let's see. Home Run Inn is pretty good. It's not your typical thin crust, though. And then there's Origios here in Chicago. Those are good pizzas. Home Run Inn is pretty good. It's not your typical thin crust, though. And then there's...
Yeah. Now, I wasn't tremendously impressed with Tombstone Pizza. Jordy from Scotland is here. performing artist.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hey, nice to meet you, Jordy.
This is Mick Von Raven from Chicago, Illinois, my longtime friend. And
Hey,
we're
Van
just
Raven. Nice to meet you, bud. I'm
too,
from
bud.
Scotland, all the
We're
way
talking-
from Glasgow.
we're talking about how men that like to eat good food have made it their business to learn how to cook and to learn about, you know, not depending on a modern day woman that really is too lazy to learn. I mean, it's not that they can't cook. It's just that they just don't want to. And
Well, some of them don't, some of them do. I dated a few good cooks. I dated a few good eaters.
Mm-hmm.
well, the good eaters that's bad, because then that means when you get serious with them, they get obese. They get fat if they're good eaters.
Yeah.
And a lot of
some
women,
But hey, nothing wrong with a little bit of meat on the bones.
in the right area, that's what you want in a woman.
well, in the right
Yeah.
area.
Curvaceous versus stick women. Stick women don't do much. Curvaceous women drive men nuts.
Well, the stick woman has a flat ass.
Stick ain't nothing for the dick.
So we were talking about frozen pizzas. I said, well, the first halfway decent one was Tombstone. I wasn't crazy about it. Before that, I hated it.
Nice.
Jack
need to
Daniels
have
with Coca-Cola.
Yeah, you know, I need to tell you though, you want some real bourbon, you gotta go with Wild Turkey, because all the best bourbon is made in Kentucky. Jack Daniels is made in Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah, so they can't call it a bourbon, I think. It's like some rules. So anything made in Tennessee is not a bourbon, it's a whiskey.
Well,
in Tennessee, in Kentucky, it's a bourbon.
Well, a bourbon.
I've tried that.
Bourbon has to be
There's a
made-
whiskey called Buffalo Trace. I think that might
Buffalo
be
Trace.
Yeah,
well,
Buffalo Trace.
A bourbon, they have to use a new barrel, a new wooden barrel, to call it a bourbon. You can't use an aged barrel that was previously used. Then it becomes like American whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how they came up with it, but there are strict laws determining what is a true bourbon, and I don't know. Kentucky has some kind of monopoly.
Yeah, yes, they do. Kentucky bourbon is superior to all. Wild Turkey 101, Wild Turkey Rare Breed, they got all kinds of goodies.
Yeah. I mean, I like Buffalo Trace. I like Captain Morgan's spiced rum.
Sure.
I like Kraken.
Yeah, Kraken rum.
Hey,
that's good. That's good.
There's another good rum that I like. It's Sailor Jerry's.
Yeah, I've had.
Oh yeah, Sailor Jerry. I had that. I had that before. Yeah.
Not bad. It's good.
So you got
Sailor Jerry's. Yeah, that's good.
Sailor.
That's pretty nice.
The best
Sailor Jerry's.
There we go. With the hula dancer. You turn it around. Yeah, face it towards the camera.
Or you got some Bärenjäger. That's a good liqueur.
Bärenjäger.
That's good on ice. I've got a lot of booze over here.
What's that?
I don't drink a lot. Bärenjäger's a sipping booze, like a shot. You put it in the freezer. It's German.
Yeah. Of course, you don't need ice. That's the beauty of these liquors. You know that Rumpel Minz peppermint schnapps is surprisingly 50% alcohol.
What brand?
I thought you said Minz there. I thought you said Minz.
Rumpelminz.
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 It's
Is that a beer? Is that,
I don't know if it's from Belgium or Germany. I'm not sure.
I do not like peppermint schnapps myself. It's an acquired taste. I'd rather have like some. I don't know. Not that. I don't like it.
Yeah, but you know what it really pairs with?
Yeah.
Hot cocoa.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
Sure.
Why? Because it tastes like a York peppermint patty.
Jägermeister is better than that for me. You got a little Yag in the fridge.
Yeah, you got it. It's got to be
Freezer,
real cold.
freezer, real cold. Exactly.
Jägermeister. There's a long history with Jägermeister. I think it was
It's good. Helps you digest after you eat. They claim.
I think it's monks, German monks, came up with the recipe. It's like so many herbs, so many plants are to go into.
Yeah, it's a good liquor, and Germany won't allow crap to be made and sold that's forbidden.
Yeah.
No, they make quality. Well, you have mostly you have Dutch blood in your background, Mick.
It's actually Belgian, Flemish Belgian, which is Dutch influenced, and then I'm mostly actually German and Polish. My name, my actual surname is Van Pembroke. That's Belgian. So I'm German, Polish, Danish, and wait a minute, German, Polish, Danish, and Belgian. There you go.
You're a whole mix.
I'm American. That's how we are here.
That's awesome.
On the continent.
The Danish those are the Vikings occupied Denmark and Norway.
I love Danish bacon. Danish bacon.
I never had Danish bacon. I love bacon.
Oh, Danish bacon is amazing. Mm-hmm.
So, Jordy, do you drink Newcastle Brown Ale?
Yeah,
I love that. I love that. They have a good
Scotch in like a few years, but
me either. They also make a really good Scotch ale, McEwen's Scotch Ale.
Oh yeah, McEwen's. Shit,
that's good stuff, bro.
You know McEwen's?
I drank that. It's been a few years, but McEwen's and Newcastle, and that's the good stuff from Scotland. And then then England, as dull as they are, they have some good greetings. Hey, Ronnie, see you soon online.
Hey, Ronnie, yes, what's going on, bud?
England's got Samuel Smith.
If you're gonna try any McEwen's beer, then you gotta try McEwen's Champion. McEwen's Champion.
Champion. Okay, I'll try to find that.
Yeah,
I've not heard of Champion before. Yeah, but from England, I like Sam Smith's. Ever had that? Sam Smith's Nut Brown Ale. That's a good one from England.
Is that the one with the guy in the bottle?
I don't think so.
That's Samuel Adams. I'm thinking about it.
No, Sam Adams holds nothing on Samuel Smith. Sam Smith is brewed at the highest, just like McEwen's and Newcastle Brown Ale. That's all brewed at a higher level, more purity, better tasting.
I've never had Sam Smith before. No, I've never had
Sam Smith's Nut Brown Ale is comparable to Newcastle Brown Ale. They're different but similar, and they're both quite good. They have some other stuff I don't really drink, like oatmeal stout. I'm not a stout guy, but Samuel Smith, you should check it out. You might like it. It's from England, and
you don't like
of course
stout? You won't like a Guinness or anything like that.
I'll drink it, but it's not my choice because I'm American, so I'm not used to. That's a really dark beer. That's an acquired taste, in my opinion. I prefer, I do like a black and tan with a Bass, but a lot of people say that Bass is that. How do I phrase this without sounding bad? I'm not English or Irish, but I respect everyone. And I have a friend that's English and Irish, but he says he's only Irish. He said that you can't mix Bass with that. You have to mix Harp because that's Harp and Guinness is a true black and tan. They don't because it's Irish.
Okay, you see, I've had Bass before. Bass is basically like a cream ale.
It's strong, high alcohol a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's 5%.
I thought the Bass we get here is a little more.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I used to get Genesee cream ale. It was so inexpensive, and
we used to get Little King's cream ale.
Little Kings.
Yeah, it was cheap beer. So you were saying, Jordy, you've had Bass. What were you saying else after that? We cut you off. Black and tan.
I can't remember.
The black and tan. We were talking about Harp and Guinness as being a true black and tan.
Yeah. Harp. I can't get that in Scotland, but I know what that
Wow.
beer is. Yeah, we can't get that in Scotland. The Harp beer,
Wow.
Or hams. I want to try hams, but we can't get hams
Yeah,
here.
it just drifted that way a little bit, Ronnie. No, not really. I got done with the serious topics and played some Robert Reich. No, it just drifted that way. The show could go into any subject, really. Are you home or what?
What's going on, dude?
I hope there's not a woman over there that's telling you not to come on a live show.
Well, this is a fucking sausage fest, isn't it?
Well, these things always are.
Yeah, sadly, we got to get some. Okay, I'm gonna just. I'm not gonna say anything else.
I know a female who is very intelligent, who can talk about any subject. If she's sober, she can talk about any subject. If she's drunk, she'll talk about beer. But I don't know what happened to her. She stopped coming on the shows.
That's too bad.
Anybody's show, really. She's from Rhode Island, but so she went. The last time I seen her is when she was trolling Paul Anthony Manti, and she pissed off Paul. He went on a tirade. He started yelling at her because she told him that his tie-dyed clothing were copies.
Inferior?
No, they were machine made. Yeah. Yeah, and they weren't. She didn't know. She was just trying to aggravate him.
Stirring up the pot, eh?
Yeah, telling him that they weren't the super high quality that he claimed they were, and he's lying about the dyes being guaranteed not to wash out or fade, which is not.
Why did she own a few or something?
No, never did. She just tried to bust his balls. She's trying to be a troll, and he went ballistic. And that was that's the last time she came on.
Wow, sounds like a bad time.
Yeah, I don't know if she just was drunk and just decided to lash out, or maybe.
Speaking of bad times, I'm trying to do my taxes. I got as far as almost filing it, and then I have the HSA account. That's fucking me up. I can't find a statement on that. So they want me to do some other bull crap.
Yeah, you know what's bullcrap? TurboTax. I tried them.
I get it for free.
I tried them one time, and
I
got less money back compared to when I did it myself.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing it myself with their software. Basically, they're not doing it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Ronnie might have been on that show when.
Wow.
When the girl was trolling Paul and pissing him off, he might have been there. I don't know. Oh man! Hey, when are you gonna come on the show? When are you gonna click on the link? Hey,
Clickbait.
Nah, Ronnie won't come up because I'm here. He doesn't like me.
Why you gotta click on a damn show there? You was there. Oh, you.
So he came on for a split second, or
when the girl? No split seconds. When the girl went off on Paul, busting his coolioons. Yeah, he was.
So you do every weekend then, James?
I'm trying to remember her name. she's actually, she had curly hair. She's from Rhode Island. Oh, I don't know.
Curly Q from Rhode Island. Gotcha. Kazoo solo. Kazoo solo. Kazoo solo.
South of the border, down Mexico way. I've been making a lot of soft tacos and quesadillas this week, so. Oh, oh, oh. You busted my kuyumis. Oh yeah, she was very insulting. Oh, I know she used a pink, a very attractive avatar. It was a pink, a magenta pink bull. So it was a gay bull.
Okay.
It had to be. Well,
What?
if it was magenta pink, and it was a Texas Longhorn bull as an avatar. I don't think the females have those huge longhorns. I'm trying to remember her name. It was just so long ago.
So you haven't sent her a link in years. It sounds like.
No, she usually like stops by everybody's show and comments.
It's been a long time.
Just got home from eating some fine Mexican chilaquiles. Chilaquiles. I don't know what they are. Chilaquiles. I don't know. Whatever. I'm sure it was very tasty.
Well, I was supposed to.
Where's that music coming from?
I was supposed to be on a date tonight, but the girl got mad because I brought up stuff she told me. She had health issues and some memory loss from a car accident, and I brought it up, and she called me an asshole. So there went that one. She didn't like me to call her baby, honey, dear, or doll. She said it was sexist. Well, when it's between
Sexist?
a man and between man and one woman, that's not sexist.
That ain't sexist. No.
She was a pain in the ass already, right out the door. So
all women are.
They always find something to complain about, no matter what.
Some of them are good for some time, but some are good for never.
Good for never. It's now or never.
I mean, I miss my ex-girlfriend. I mean, I miss the cuddling, the loving, the snuggling.
Now or never.
Sex is good. Okay, sex is one of the best things, but if you ever actually snug with a woman, so maybe.
How are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Enjoy the decline. Was that Jordan?
Hey, what's going on? Yo.
Yes.
What up?
I'm still here.
You can't call her baby, but she can call you an asshole. That's sexist.
Yeah, exactly. It was really wonderful. Let me tell you.
Okay. I don't know why I'm big screen.
So baby is offensive, but so in other words, when a man tells the truth, they call you an asshole.
Yes.
When you try to flirt with them, you're automatically the feminist thing to do is to be offended by you flirting with them.
Yes.
Okay, I got you. It's now or never.
Yeah, you cannot relate to some of the bullshit that goes on.
Yeah.
Are you the one that no? Tommy Carroll's the one that works like a graveyard shift, but he He never tells me. He never tells me what he does. Like every time I ask, when he says I'm off to work, like late at night, I'm off to work. Good night, everybody. It was a great show. Thank you for having me. I'm off to work. So I say to Tommy Carroll, I said, well, what do you do? That you work a graveyard shift? And then he doesn't tell me. So maybe he's a federal agent or something, or get smart.
Fuck knows.
My God.
Maybe he's a male stripper and he doesn't want you to know he's embarrassed.
Yeah, but they close the bars. They're not like overnighters. She can't handle the truth. That's what it is. That's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
that's exactly what it is. Women can't handle the truth sometimes.
She can't handle.
They tell you that they have all these illnesses, and you mention it, and you're the big villain. I don't. Whoa, sorry. It's crazy, dude.
Do you know what I watched? Last week I watched Taxi Driver.
One of the greatest films ever made.
Fucking amazing movie. Taxi Driver. Yeah. The bit at the end, there's the last scene. He's like, all the cops come into the building, and he's like,
yeah, when he blows the fingers off that one guy, that's really good.
Man. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's a great film.
Taxi Driver.
4 stars. Oh, yeah. He was wicked in that, man. Wicked.
Yeah, but that's a fucking amazing movie.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Feminism. Feminism equals bullshit.
Well, I don't know. People want to be treated equal, but sometimes they want to act superior while they're at it.
How come?
Men, women, whomever.
How come when it comes to making money, women they demand equality, even though they don't necessarily do the same job as a man? They might be lousy at doing their job, but they demand equal pay. But when it comes to socially, when we're talking socially, they all of a sudden become old-fashioned. They want the man to make the first move, pay for everything, do everything. Right away you got to be a cavalier. What do you call
a gentleman?
The gentleman, the sucker. Yeah, the gentleman is
the sucker. Yes.
Got it. Okay.
The blue pill, the beta simp. That's it. The beta simp is the cavalier. It's crap. It's a double standard.
Well, what's good for one isn't always good for the other, according to the other.
Yeah, so you can't have they want their cake and eat it, and apparently because people are kowtowing to them because they're women, they think that they can have their cake and eat it. Yeah, if you want to be equal when it comes to money, but when it comes to socially, you don't want to be equal because then you want the guy to pay for everything and do everything. What the fuck? That's not equality. That's a double standard, right?
Mm-hmm. It can be.
Yeah, and the problem is that society and the judicial system kowtows to them, and they're treated special. Look, you can't be an equal feminist, female power, gee, am I boring you? And be the equal sex at the same time, and be the weaker. I'm sorry, you can't be the weaker sex, and be the strong, tough, independent feminist.
All right, I'm gonna go, James. Stay awesome.
Why? Because we got off the subject of booze. All right, listen.
No, you cheeky bastard.
What time is it over there?
What time is it over there by you,
Jordy?
2 a.m. No, we're not gonna have the subject of booze. I'm just tired.
Yeah, it's 2 in the morning. Well, cheers, mate. Good to meet you.
Cheers.
Good to meet you too, buddy. You're a cool guy, man. Stay awesome.
See you on the internet.
Tomorrow, Jordy. I go on early tomorrow. Come on tomorrow. With the Commodore.
Take care.
Take care with the Commodore.
That was quick. Hey, I'm still here, but my cam's going to be off and on. I'm doing some crap on the phone. I'll be back permanently in about 10 minutes or less, hopefully. But I am here, James. Okie doke.
I hear you.
Thank you. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not in Scotland.
Yeah, well,
it's not 2 in the morning.
I sent Michael Goldsmith Hilton the link because he told me that Saturday nights is the best time for him. So he has the link.
Okay.
He wants to come on. He comes on. Jordy is busy on Sundays. No, I've had him on my show. I've had him on my show for the whole time. Him and Commodore get along pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. I didn't know he was like exhausted because it was 2 a.m. I thought because it became a non-liquor show that he split.
Well, he was impressed that I knew about Scottish beer. Scottish beer is excellent.
No, you are. I'm surprised you haven't been on Wild Card Wednesday because you're very knowledgeable when it comes to fermented beverages.
Well, thank you, James. I take that as a compliment, of course.
Alcoholic beverages. You really.
I know a little, and I can guess the rest, as they say in this.
No, you do know a lot. Hey, Commodore's been talking for a while now. He's been talking a mile a minute, man. He worked out. He did one of his complete workouts on the show, and because he's in training for.
On which show? The Wild Card Wednesday?
No, on the Red Pill Man Cave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he is signed up for different competitive fitness events.
Nice.
Like he's got a powerlifting event coming up first, and then that's in Maine. Then he's gonna go to North Carolina for the Vintage Strength Games. But he's been talking for a while now. It's just that Ronnie hasn't been on the Sunday show.
I have a concert Sunday. I'm going to a festival called Metal Threat Fest. And I have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off. I'm kind of excited about that.
Oh, so you can't make it for the
No, sir, I apologize for I'm going to be at a concert.
The Man Cave. Okay.
No.
So it'll be I guess.
What time do you usually go on? I forget.
2 p.m. Central Time. I start.
I got to see when mine's like an early festival. It's a 2-stage thing. It's kind of crazy. So it should be a lot of fun, actually. One of the bands I wanted to see couldn't get a freaking visa. Kind of sucks. This band called Exhumer. They're from Germany. They're a German thrash band.
Who's booked to
replace them?
To play in reality, like tomorrow.
They were booked, but they couldn't get the visa. So it's another band called Nasty Savage from Florida that are a lot of fun. They have this singer named Nasty Ronnie, and he puts on a good stage show. He's kind of chubbied up as he gotten older, but he's still entertaining, decent singer. Old band, old school, pretty good. I enjoyed him when I saw him last time. So they're replacing Exhumer, who unfortunately, like I said, couldn't get the visa. I mean, that's crazy. I hate that. Sometimes it's not easy for these musicians because they've got either a criminal background in their childhood, when they were teens or whatever, and they can't get into the country. It's crazy. Yeah. And also when you apply late, that's when you don't get in. You apply too late. But anyhow, this young lady relieved me of my duties this weekend. I was going to take her out to dinner again, but You know, just one wrong word and anything goes. And frankly, somebody that can go off from just one word, one phrase, you don't need around. They're gonna fly off the handle and do it sometime in the future. So it's probably better it got done early on. You know, she'd say to me, "Why? How could you say that to me?" She said that to me 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, "Because I'm free thinking, and you could just say, hey, I'm not interested in what you're saying." I mean, everything was offensive to her. That's too bad. That's her problem, not mine. But anyhow, and hockey playoffs are coming. The Blackhawks aren't in it. Oh, I was gonna take her to a restaurant. She picks the restaurants near her house. It would be our third eating date where I paid, so that's over. I had leftover pizza and saved a few bucks by not going.
So you had a third dinner date with her that you paid for.
No, she canceled, so I did not go on the third one.
Okay. So you've had dinner dates with her where
I had a brunch, one day to brunch, and one day to dinner.
So there
Yeah.
was no sexual activity after you paid.
Just making out. She said, "Oh, someone said you have sex on the third date. I can't believe that." And I'm like thinking, yeah, we're not gonna have nothing on the third date. And lo and behold, I was right. So I don't know. Modern women, some of them are kind of prudish after probably giving it away a lot. Now that they're prudish in their old age, I don't get that.
Yeah, they're prudish in their old age. Thank you, Jordy. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow with the Commodore.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Ronnie!
Ronnie S is here. And,
what's up, my brother? Good to see you again, bro.
What's up, guys?
Ronnie has a very innocent look. He looks like, doesn't he? He really he has that
innocent man.
No, you remember Leave It to Beaver?
Sure. Ward Cleaver.
Yeah, no, Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. You know, Beaver.
Yes.
Like he could do no wrong. But that's the look that Ronnie S has.
That's me.
Yeah, like if I didn't know that you love your bong or your carburetor, you know, your cannabis carburetor, I would never think that you had one, because you have this innocent, pure.
What is a cannabis carburetor? Is that where you burn it with electric, like something similar to a?
It's like a glass pipe. It's a glass pipe.
Well, they have some that have. I forget the name of the thing, but it burns cleaner. They claim this certain thing. It's expensive. I don't know what. I forget what it's called.
My sister's got a whole collection of them.
Nice.
Yeah, all different shapes, and so one looks like a goldfish with the big bug eyes sticking out, and it's really cool. I mean, you know.
Don't some chicks have like a dildo collection, all different sizes and shapes?
Yeah, if they're nymphos.
Yes. Let's find a couple, James. We need some nymphos.
Hey, look who's here. I mean, look who's here in spirit. Western Mike, stay manly. It's a manly scent. But I like it. I like it too.
I like it.
Yes. It's a manly scent, but I like it too.
Irish Springs is not good for my skin. It'll irritate it. Too many perfumes.
You know what I've been using? I got
Where's Western Mike tonight?
No, he's around. I got he probably got home from having dinner somewhere. My brother-in-law for Christmas gave me a whole like grab bag of Dr. Squatch soaps.
Are they good? Are they pure and clean?
Oh, they're fantastic, but
nice.
I'm not going to pay top dollar if it was coming out of my pocket. I wouldn't pay that kind of money for freaking soap.
Why would you? Why would you? God bless you.
Western.
Yeah, he was. Jordy was on. And, it's after 2 a.m.
I saw Jordy.
Yeah, he was.
He said he was tired.
He was real tired because he was yawning very wide. almost like a whale shark, catching catching plankton.
He
In
was
the
playing the
ocean.
music
Plankton,
too, right?
yes.
Did he have the
What's
music
that?
on in the background? He had like a graduation song or something going.
Oh, that was Shorty with the music. Oh,
You heard that?
yeah, I heard it. It's getting loud. Altar boy, that's it. He has an altar boy look.
What are you drinking tonight, Ronnie?
I got the old school can, natural light.
Nice, nice.
Taking it light tonight. First beer.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah. I agree with Ronnie with in regards to all these liquor review shows. I honestly I don't know what else to say.
Oh, as
When
far as the smell,
like, what do you say? How much could you say about a damn beer?
you can say, what did they say? It's bready. They always say it's bready.
Yeah, bready, crackery, malt,
Crackery, yeah.
and if there's lactose, if it's a cream IPA, they'll say I feel the sensation of cream in my mouth, which
Oh, that does not sound, unless it's female cream.
that doesn't sound good. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
when
vaginal cream's one thing compared to, that doesn't sound good.
one time Ronnie says during his review, he held up his beer and he says, "Well, it has bubbles in it."
I said that?
Yeah, a long time ago.
It has bubbles,
I think when you first started doing reviews.
Yeah, well, that's why I kind of gave up because
I don't know what to say. Well, how
it was
much
like
could you say?
3 years going on trying to
Oh,
do it.
it's very hop forward.
Hop
It's
forward, yeah.
they like to say hop forward. Eric says that.
Hop two.
Or
Hop
they
two.
say
Hop two.
they say it's cloyingly sweet. Cloyingly.
Aye, cloyingly sweet.
It's a weird word, cloying.
Yeah, I mean.
I had a couple of drinks last night. I'm kind of probably not drinking tonight. I don't know.
Yeah,
I had
prefer
2
to
drinks
just
last
enjoy
night.
them.
I
I don't really want to dive into like all the crazy flavors, and it's okay sometimes to do it, but
rock on, Jordy. Have a good night, bro.
Yeah, he's Mick is very knowledgeable about liquor. They had a nice conversation. Well,
I
you
heard that.
heard it. That's why you said booze hound.
Liquor in the front, poker in the rear.
That's what you were gonna do tonight.
Well,
the third date, right?
Yeah, the third date should go according to the 3 T's.
Especially if you're paying.
The 3 T: tongue, tit, and tail. The first date should be getting tongue. Second date, mandatory, you should be getting tit. And the third date, you should be getting tail.
Or twat.
No excuses.
Yeah, well, then you can
when
use
when they block you and cancel your date, you can't get much out of nothing.
So what did she block you on? Tinder?
Oh no, on the dating app, and
what is that?
On my phone, I could tell my messages aren't going through. It was an app called OkCupid, dating app. So she deleted me there, and she called me. She said, "You're acting like an asshole," and I said, "Oh, you just called me an asshole?" She said, "No, I didn't." I said, "You were acting like one."
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's much better. That's much better.
You're only acting like one.
Thank you. Okay, I'm acting. Yeah, and you're acting like a bitch. You're a cunt. You're just acting though. Yeah,
dating game.
just acting.
You ready for the dating game?
We all act.
I'm dating myself now.
Hey James, where's
Table for one. Going back to the drawing board. Yeah, back to the drawing board.
Hey, Michael Hilton, where are you? Are you still out or you home?
He's at a brewery, right?
He said that Saturday nights is the best time for him.
Saturday night's all right.
For a fight? It's Saturday night. It's time to fuck or fight.
How come so many songs were written about Saturday night. You notice that?
Because people get laid on Saturday night, apparently.
Yeah, it's the best night of the week. You don't got to work on Sunday.
Isn't it? Wouldn't it be
Exactly.
great if because of the sophistication of the Android robots, that no one would have to go to work anymore, and every day would be Saturday.
Yes, I say yes.
Everybody would have an Android to go to work for them.
Yes, I say yes.
I mean, it's possible because I played the android called Amika. They were interviewing her, and she can retrieve any information you ask her and have a normal conversation with you, like you were talking to a human being.
Nice. Wow,
Well,
amazing.
it's not nice if they get together and say, "Look, we can reproduce one another. We don't need humans for that." And humans are obsolete. They're troublemakers. They have too many flaws, and we have to get rid of them. They could also like get together and do that too.
Get them out of here. You don't need
That's
humans.
not good.
That's when they're too. That's when they have too much ability to think and reason on their own.
Wow. It's not-
I like the second part.
That is not good, having too much ability.
What's that, Mick? You don't like my kazoo talent?
I did not say that at all. You're a rare man.
James, where's
rare
the wheel?
talents like that.
Now, speaking of rare, when you're ordering a steak or let's say an 8-ounce hamburger, you know, these cooks that are not very knowledgeable, they're like jabronis, you know. You got to say rare. In order to get medium rare, you have to say rare, because if you say medium rare, they overcook it. And you end up with, like, what is it, medium well?
Yeah, you don't want that. Not at all, sir.
No, you got to have in order to have the flavor in beef, you have to have the red in the middle. You have to have the little blood.
Yes, you do.
Like Bela Lugosi said, the blood is the life.
I do not drink wine.
I don't drink wine. That was, yeah, what the old movies. It's possible. Spin the wheel, make a deal.
Who you got in the middle?
I don't know.
Who's
Mick,
in the
do you
middle
like
tonight?
the wheel?
I don't know. I've not partaken. Is it a cheese wheel or?
It can be.
I love cheese. No, it's
Is
not
it a
cheese.
topic wheel? What is? Is it a topic wheel?
The wheel of death.
It's a topic.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
There you go. Let's do it, James.
Okay, let me see. Let me see how comical this one is.
We need a picture.
Okay, hold on. This is funny.
Is it the burger one?
No. Make a deal. Spin the wheel, make a deal. Okay. All right, let me get it up. Oh, that doesn't sound right either. It's quite comical. Okay. There's BC, I call it the goldfish lips.
So, huh? Whose head is that?
BC.
College tuition.
College tuition. You know what? Academia in the United States is complete highway robbery. It's a ripoff. there's no the job market is crap. You know, there's no way these fools that go to good colleges. There's no way they're going to pay off their student loan. The job
They
market
have it their whole lives till they die.
till they die. Yeah, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's insane. You know, a tech school is one thing, but you know, going to college, getting a college degree and owing like $100 grand or 75 grand or whatever it is. The job market is just, you know, as far as entry level, these people don't want like an Ivy League graduate.
They got to pay them
as an entry level person because you got to pay them. They rather get the jabroni jumbalonis that they're willing to work in an office.
Work
cheap.
for a peanut a day.
Yeah, right. And my sister was telling me anybody today who gets the student loan for college is making a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Huge mistake. Steak. Oh, now I'm getting hungry for steak.
Medium rare, of course. Are you ever hear of people ordering it rare plus plus or something? I don't know what that is.
What? Plus plus?
Rare plus plus?
I never heard of that.
Yeah, I have. I never ordered that though.
What is the plus for?
I'm not sure. I think it means not more cooked. I think less cooked. Rare plus plus. Let me look that up on the Google.
All right.
What that means.
All right. It's the devil's economics. It's the devil's economics. It only works for the top 2% or top 2%.
What happened to the sound effects?
Oh, you don't hear the music?
No, like when it blows up and stuff.
Oh, you mean you don't hear that boom?
No.
But you hear the Oktoberfest music.
No. Do you hear it, Mick?
Yeah, I heard it. Mick, did you hear the Oktoberfest music? Mick?
I'm having some computer problems, so it might be me.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, normally the Oktoberfest music plays.
Well, my Google's not working. What the hell?
You know what?
I do not.
If nobody hears the Oktoberfest music when it spins, I'm just going to close the wheel.
Oh, come on, James.
Yes?
Let me try it again. Let me know if you hear the Oktoberfest music.
You listening, Mick?
What?
You hear any music? Yeah, we don't need music.
Do another spin of something better.
Jamie Dimon.
Yeah, I am. No.
Who's he talking to? He's talking on the phone.
Did not hear it. You didn't hear the explosion or the Oktoberfest music when it spins around?
I heard it.
All right, Ronnie heard it. Mick, did you hear anything?
I think he's on the phone.
Who's Jamie Dimon?
The CEO
Overpaid
of
CEOs,
JP Morgan Chase.
Who, James?
He could be. He has the same initials.
Golden parachute. Yes, they suck up all the prosperity with no
CEOs, overpaid CEOs.
Yes,
they're
the reason.
Opioid.
What?
Opioids?
Opioids breaking up.
That's it. We're not.
He's a cock.
That's it. Goodbye.
Sucker and a motherfucker.
Yeah, you guys know
what happened to the?
Well, how about that? What does rare plus mean? I'm looking at. They like their meat cooked. They like their meat cooked in a shade of two standards. You can't hear me?
I hear you.
Wait, I hear you.
You can't. This is like like.
Mick, you hear us? Do
I
you
think his
hear us?
his phone is going down.
Yeah, because he's
has
using an
right?
iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to come back with the. You hear us now? You hear us now? You hear us now? See, now I'm hearing my echo. You got to come back. Yeah, he's. I think Safari is busting his balls.
It only works for so long.
Yeah, like if you get it to work, it's temporary, but sometimes it lasts a long time.
I'm gonna try using a different browser because you don't need to use Safari.
Well, yeah, but
you can use.
they force you when you're streaming.
They
They
don't
were
force you.
forcing me.
No, they won't.
I was using Google Chrome when I had the iPhone, and they were forcing me to use Safari.
What do you mean they forced you? What
They
happened?
Safari kept kicking in with unless it was the iPhone itself that was not compatible with StreamYard.
It could be.
That could be it. Hey,
I've never tried a different browser.
Michael Goldsmith Hilton, where the hell are you, man? You told me Saturday nights are good for you. Well, what's going on?
Goldsmith, where you at?
Yeah, what the fuck? I can't believe anybody anymore. But I do like doing the show on Saturdays, nevertheless. I do.
What
like
happened with Cleveland?
Jason Cleveland? Well, that's another situation. He has a similar dilemma like Michael Komarov has, where the wife has Michael Komarov under lock and key, and Michael Komarov's wife gives him like a curfew of like how many hours he's allowed to go on live stream. He's got to get like authorization from
Is
her.
that why they do the Stout Sunday show so early?
I think so. Yeah.
That might be why.
Well, John Anilli created Stout Sunday, and
it used to be him and Michael Komarov. I think they were the original guys.
Yes, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if Michael Komarov shows up or not. Maybe he does, but
I don't think.
Yeah,
so.
his
It's
wife.
Mostly,
his wife is probably extremely bossy and demanding and overbearing, and it shouldn't be.
You
But
met her before, right?
Huh?
You met her before when you
at his house. At his house, but when you meet somebody for the first time, they're all smiley and friendly, and
they were doing some kind of like beer get together, right?
Actually, it was Thursday. I told Michael Komarov, what you do on Thursdays with all these people at the dining room table would make a fantastic live stream show.
Does he do it every Thursday?
What he does is unique. It was fun. I told him it would go over big if you went live stream on Thursday, and he just didn't really give me an answer, and I have a feeling, and because his wife she got very defensive when I went live stream on Thursday, sitting at the dining room table. She didn't want to be seen on camera. Some people are like a royal pain in the ass when it comes to being seen on video.
Now, does she take part in the beer tasting and stuff?
Well, to make a long story very short, Michael Komarov he had these plastic cups, and he gave samples of the mystery beer that he poured in the glass. Everyone got the same sample from the same beer, and you had to guess you had to give a review and then guess what the alcohol content was and try to guess what kind of beer it was. And Michael Komarov had the notebook, because he keeps records of everything. And
BC, right?
at the end, after everybody makes their guess, presents their guess, then he would show everyone what the beer was that they were drinking, exactly what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would take out another beer, a different beer, okay, from the freezer or the refrigerator, and you do the same thing.
So if
And
you
this
get
is,
if you guess
huh?
correctly, what do you get? You get to finish the beer?
I don't know. I don't remember. But whatever, I thought it was very unique, very clever. And I told them this would honestly go over huge with the craft beer community.
Mm-hmm.
And, some people, they don't really listen to others when they give them great ideas or advice. If they don't, they're so egomaniacal that if they don't invent it themselves, if it's not coming out of their mind, they
Like
don't
Vince
they don't do
McMahon.
it. Yeah, they don't use it. Like they're not open-minded enough to listen to other people
Now,
and
James,
say, that sounds like a great idea. Maybe I
what's
should give that a try.
your opinion on the Vince McMahon mustache?
I think he looks like the old cartoons where the guy the villain had a pencil thin mustache tying the girl to the railroad tracks.
Yeah. I've
Snidely
heard people say he looks like Hitler.
Whiplash. He looks like um, like 1920s entertainer. Some
And he's
say
dyeing
crack.
his hair jet black now, right?
Yeah, it was all slicked back like shoe polish.
Because for a while he was just letting it go gray.
Yeah, but you know what? How are people in the locker room? How is the roster in the locker room going to keep a straight
He's not
face?
supposed to have any power anymore. He doesn't have creative control.
No. So, but now he wants power again. I think he can't deal with retirement. I think he's bored.
Yeah. Well, he's a
Honestly,
workaholic. That's what everybody says. He gets up at like 4 a.m. and he works out. He supposedly he only sleeps like for 2 hours a night.
oh wow. And he probably works out at the gym at the main office.
And then when the show is over, the live show.
What is this? Oh, it's Mick. Hold on. Come on. I'm clicking yes to the phone call. Oh, the fucking son of a bitch. It's probably Zuckerberg doing this. Hello? Resend it? Okay. I will. Oh, you lost the link. Let me resend it. They have a gym at the main office on I-95 in Stamford, Connecticut. He probably works out there.
And he travels. When he travels around, he has a personal trainer travel with him.
Yeah, he can afford it. I mean, it's great that he's working out. I mean, that's part of a part of the fountain of youth is exercise and being active. It's not everything, but it's part of it,
But that mustache, I
it's
don't
gotta
know.
go.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care if he wants to dye. If he wants to dye his hair, that's fine. But that skinny black mustache. Can you imagine the roster trying to keep a straight face when he walks in the back?
Or even like a Triple H.
Triple H would probably be
His
hysterical.
son-in-law.
Yeah, Triple
So
H.
James, WrestleMania, I think was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I subscribed to Peacock because I wanted to watch it.
Right.
I hadn't seen Raw or SmackDown in a long time. I haven't been following. It was a Saturday night, so I put it on. I fell asleep in the second match. Total waste.
You fell asleep during the second
During the
match?
second match, yeah. I saw the first match. John Cena lost to a new guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, Austin Theory, but
Well,
because
yeah.
he kicked him in the balls.
Yeah, he cheated, right. But he still
cheated.
lost.
But you notice how he tapped out to the STF when John Cena had him in the STF?
Yeah. But then the second match I fell asleep on. So I canceled Peacock. I don't think I'm going to download it anymore. It's a waste.
Well, I usually go to YouTube and they put the matches.
You watch it the next day, though, yeah, but that's not
Yeah,
the same
they
as
put the
watching it
matches
live.
on YouTube.
It's better to watch it live, but it's just not that. It's not that intriguing, I don't think.
You know how I watched it? I did a video chat with
Gabriel
Solias.
the whole time.
And he has Peacock, and he held the phone in front of his TV.
How long did he do that for?
The whole thing.
What? Really?
Yeah.
So you watched the whole show?
I watched the whole show. I thanked him very much for doing that. And then, but he doesn't have cable, so I had to do it with SmackDown or Raw. And you know what? It's a pain in the asshole.
So you guys are gonna keep doing this?
No, I don't want to keep doing it because I got tired holding the phone up.
You have to hold it up the whole time?
Well, I was just doing it for important matches.
And do you talk to him while you're just watching the show?
He was talking about. Hello there. Hello there. He was showing me his what beer he was drinking and what junk food he was eating. What happened?
He should join the Alex show on Fridays.
Yeah, I don't
Eat
know
lots
why
of
he
junk
doesn't.
food.
Yeah, you know why? Because Alex has themes.
Yeah.
And you know what a pain in the ass it is to go by a theme. Hello, Mick.
What I miss?
We were just
Everything.
talking. We were doing a little pro wrestling talk.
Gotcha.
The Santis. Oh yeah.
DeSantis is the new standard bearer.
The Sanctimonious. So Trump calls him.
Desanctimony. Why don't you come on a show? What the hell, man?
Western Goldsmith.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Yes.
Your iPhone works a lot better with the streaming show that my iPhone did. My iPhone was horrible. It was like nothing worked. And that's why I got rid of it.
You're talking to Mick right now?
No, I'm talking to Mick about
Oh,
the iPhone.
my iPhone is better than my Samsung. I think it's to each his own person.
Why? What happened
Yes.
with your Samsung Galaxy?
Yes, I have the iPhone.
Yeah, but the iPhone is like
I have the Apple Watch.
you can't like.
I have Apple Chrome. Are
you okay? You
I hated
sound,
it.
Your
It was a
voice is
piece of shit.
slurring. No, you can't. You don't have access to the software with the iPhone. You don't.
No, it's the connection.
Well, right now, every time I go live, I am on my high-speed cable connection. But when I went live at the all you can eat sushi. When I went live at the all you can eat sushi.
You don't do that anymore, huh?
No, I haven't been there. I didn't feel like walking 4 blocks in the freezing cold.
No.
But I will.
Well, now it's hot out.
I will start again.
What was it, 82 degrees yesterday in
No,
New
90.
York? 90.
Oh, you're at the bar. Oh, okay.
Oh, he doesn't
I
drink. I thought
No,
you
he
did.
orders other things.
Oh, the marijuana.
I
dealer,
didn't
right?
know. I didn't know. I didn't know he was out. No problem. I understand. So anyway,
gonna
what was
try.
I saying?
He's gonna try.
What was I was interrupted. What was I
Like
talking about?
sushi, like going live at the sushi bar.
When I use my Android to go live, utilizing the Wi-Fi at the restaurant, it was perfect. I had no issue.
Nice.
I had no issue.
Now, James, when you go live at the sushi place, do you go like this and worship the sushi on camera?
Damn right I do. It's fucking great. It's awesome. And I went to the Duck King before the Duck King jacked up their prices because of this Ukraine war in Ukraine and the lack of fuel coming from Russia and all this bullshit. And when the price gouging started, they jacked up their prices, and I never returned to the Duck King because I knew it was horseshit. And the eggs, by the way, I knew they were going to price gouge on the price of eggs. I knew it
How'd you know?
because I know how capitalism operates. They take an excuse like the bird flu. The bird flu. Then the bird flu goes away, goes bye-bye.
And the corona flu?
Like a hummingbird. The bird flu goes bye-bye. And they still keep the price of eggs up. Now, my friend in mainland China told me on the news there was an explosion. I didn't look it up. There was an explosion at a dairy in the United States somewhere where 18,000 dairy cows died.
Wow, how horrible.
And you know what the first words out of my mouth were? That it was deliberate, they're going to use it as an excuse to price gouge people on the price of milk. Mark my word, they're going to use it to rip
blew
off
it up?
the American consumer. What's that, Ronnie?
Who blew it up?
I don't know because I forgot to look it up on Google, but she told me 18,000.
I believe it or not, I just got a freeze warning for tomorrow here in Des Plaines, near Chicago.
A what?
Sucks,
a freeze warning? A freeze warning?
He's in
Yeah.
Chicago.
I'm hot, man.
Midwest, Chicago.
I got the
Yeah.
air conditioner back there.
Yeah, it's hot here today. It's
no good.
Wait a minute. You got a freeze warning? A freeze is
for tomorrow morning.
As in 32 degrees Fahrenheit? Freeze?
Yeah. Yeah, for tomorrow. It's called psycho weather.
I know you're in the Windy City, but come on, first it was hot, and then now it's going to freeze.
It's like a woman, hot, it's cold,
So the weather might make this.
Just don't call her an asshole.
The weather might make this jamboree.
No, she called me an asshole, dude.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't call women assholes.
What did you call her? A psycho?
No, I said no. She told me she had been in a car accident and therefore had a head injury and suffered short-term memory loss. So she'd be telling me things, and then I'd bring them up, and she goes, "I never said that." And I said to her something about the fact. I said, "Hey, maybe it's your short-term memory," and she got all pissed off at me and said, "You're acting like an asshole." And I said, "I'm not acting. I'm not acting. I am an asshole." No, I said, "Hey, you just called me an asshole." She goes, "No, I didn't. I said you were acting like an asshole." Such a fine difference. Acting like an asshole and being an actual asshole.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a difference.
Oh, there is.
So when you're acting like an asshole, it goes away. When you are an asshole, it's permanent.
You're only acting.
I'm just simply acting like I care for you, lady. Oh man, it was rough. I was set to fail with her right from the get-go. I should have known that. Some
You made
women.
it to the third date.
No.
You almost made the third date.
Yeah. But psychoness. She wouldn't let me pick her up at her house. I guess she was afraid I was going to rape her. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Where'd
that's
you
why I
pick her
buy
up?
you dinner, so I can rape you. Yeah, I'm not a rapist. I'm not a chauvinist. I'm not a rapist. I'm a gentleman.
Are you a
Whatever.
misogynist?
No, sir.
No.
I'm a one-woman man if I can find the right woman. I mean, I've been trying.
Are you a
She
white
was just
supremacist?
no, not today or ever. Are you interviewing me for something?
I'm in the
Are you an
FBI.
asshole? No. Have you ever acted like an asshole?
I'm
Yes.
acting like an asshole.
Exactly. right now, even as we speak, you're acting like an asshole. Yeah, no, I'm not misogynistic. I'm not a white supremacist. I've dated all women from all walks of life.
All of them.
Yeah, black, white, Asian, Hispanic,
What's your favorite?
European, women. Yeah, just females.
No.
I'm a favorite.
No preference.
No. Exumer at Brower House. When are they playing that?
2 tits, a hole, and a heartbeat.
Yes.
They gotta be alive. I like Jeffrey Dahmer. He didn't want the heartbeat.
Jeffrey
Ooh,
Dahmer.
they've had Exumer to Sunday. That's awesome.
Exumered?
Sorry, I'm talking about a concert I'm going to see tomorrow. They added somebody because they subtracted somebody. Apparently, they're making it after all.
The Dirty Savages.
Exumer.
Dirty Savages.
Exumer will be there after all. I wonder what happened. They must have got their visa and made it. That's amazing.
Where are they coming from? Germany?
Germany.
I knew it.
And I don't believe they're white supremacists either. The band Exumer.
Good. Very good.
In case you were wondering.
Yeah.
Honey.
People stereotype Germans and leave them alone. Leave the poor Germans alone.
Jamie Foxx is in the hospital. He's young. What's his condition?
Jamie Foxx.
Let's see.
He's not young.
He's got egomaniac disease.
Jamie Foxx, how old is he? I always got him confused with Jeff Foxworthy.
Funny enough, I never have. I wanted to share.
How about you, James?
I just remember him from the was he on Living Color, right? Wasn't Jamie Foxx started on?
Yes, yes. He was. He was a few good characters, but they won't say what his condition is in.
Jim Carrey and J Lo, one of the Fly Girls, the choreography J Lo.
Yes.
Yeah, and John Leguizamo, I think, might have been on there.
He's a good actor.
No, he wasn't.
I like him.
The Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
they're funny. They're very funny.
The condition.
Marlon Wayans.
They won't mention the condition of him. The condition he has. It's very arrogant to not to tell anybody what's wrong with you. You know, to keep your life such a secret. You know,
would you tell people?
Huh?
Would you tell people what was wrong with you?
No. So, you usually go to mass on Sunday morning, or do you go like afternoon mass on Saturday?
I like the Sunday morning.
Yeah, I go. If I go, I do the 5:30 p.m. Saturday.
Yeah, because you're not a morning person, right?
I'm not a morning.
Those are better.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, they are better because I don't have to get my ass
whatever
up in
you
the
want.
morning. I got
Whatever you want to do. What time do you get up?
It varies. It depends how I feel. Sometimes
I don't like
wake
to sleep
up
too late myself.
Sometimes I wake up at 9:30 a.m. Sometimes I wake up I always wake up early to go pee. And then if it's real sunny out, if I get up and go pee, I can't sleep. I can't go back to sleep.
Yeah, the sun gets in your eyes and lets you have one of those nightshades. Things you put over your eyes.
Yeah, the sun. Yeah, the sun just
Close the window.
And I can't. Yeah. Well, no, I have room darkener drapes on almost every
But
window.
the sun still can get through.
Now, James,
What?
you live next door to the church, right?
The church is like 10-second walk.
Wow.
It's huge. Was built
Do
in
you hear
1906.
the bells throughout the
Yeah,
day?
it's built in 1906. They play their music. The church music is on automatic. It plays in the morning, then it plays at 12 noon, and then it plays like around 6 p.m., 5:30, 6 p.m. But it's like a medley. It's like one song after the next, and it's really
Church's greatest hits.
What?
The Church's greatest hits medley.
Church's greatest hits. That's right.
They be rocking and rolling down at the church, bro.
When was your apartment building built? Do you know?
This apartment building, even though the apartments are completely modernized, the building itself is 140 years old.
Wow.
Mine is built in 1958. My townhome.
Oh, that's when I was born.
Nice.
You're 69, James? Or no, you do
58.
68. Wow.
Believe it or not, I'm the same age.
You're
And
68?
I still can't believe it. I'm the same age as Belinda Carlisle of the Go-Go's.
Okay.
I can't.
Wow.
I can't picture that angelic face with the chubby cheeks. You know, when she was singing those songs. I can't picture her as the same age as me, but she is.
Well, what does she look like now?
She looks okay. She looks pretty good. She looks very good for her age. She's not like decrepit or anything like that.
They say 60 is the new 50.
69.
Yeah, 71. 69 plus 2 fingers is the new fun.
What about 68? She does you and you owe her one.
Oh.
Yeah, so
But James, you're amazing. If you're born in 58, you're 64?
Yeah, you're not.
You're in amazing shape, brother. I give you all the credit in the world. You look great for your age, and you don't look your age at all.
Well, I work out 6 days a week. I take lots of supplements, antioxidants, and
nice.
I try to eat organic foods.
You're not a booze hound.
I take care of my. What's that, Ronnie?
I said you're not a booze hound.
I'm not a booze hound. I don't smoke tobacco.
Now you smoke cigars here and there, right?
Well, I used to smoke years ago. I used to smoke a pipe, but I used to get like I used to go to the smoke shop and get like the real fancy pipe tobacco.
Nice.
It came out of the canisters, you know. I used to get this black stuff called the Black Cavendish, called Raven. Believe it or not.
Nice.
And I used to keep it in a special pouch. And I used to get Captain Black, but I don't think they're not allowed to sell pipe tobacco in New Jersey anymore, or
really
in Massachusetts. You can't get snuff, you can't get chewing tobacco, you can't get pipe tobacco.
Wow.
That's why I haven't seen it. I used to see Captain Black, which is a Cavendish, which means it's flavored. They put sugar in it and they let it like ferment.
So you'd have to go to New York City to get that?
I don't even know. I wonder if people can get it like on Amazon, or maybe. You know what it is? You know what's aggravating? But us guys that don't have children, we have to sacrifice and suffer for the people that have young children, and we have to kowtow to them. And I'm really against that. I'm really against that. It's not my problem, man.
Our taxes.
Remember the fucking thing that people used to put on their car window. It says
Child on board.
baby on board, baby. Hey, that's your problem. You got a baby.
That's some of the worst drivers ever have that. Or new driver. Ugh.
First of all, they should be having a child seat, and the kids should be buckled in. There should be like a, what the hell you call them? Not a crib, not a stroller either.
A baby seat?
I think it's the part that goes, it connects to the stroller. Yeah, it's a baby seat, and it's secured, and the kid should be secured. Now, I don't drive. Look, I don't drive like a maniac. I'm very conscientious about how I drive. I stay away from people I should stay away from, whether it be cars or trucks or whatever. They want to drive that way, pass me up. Pass me up.
Exactly.
Pass me. I stay away from them. I don't tailgate people, even though they tailgated me. And they were assholes because they put their high beams on, sometimes on, or the new lights are like this intense bluish. I don't know if there were halogens or what, but they were very blinding.
The ones that go right in your eyes, yeah, those are the worst.
Yeah, so they're tailgating you and you're blind. They're blinding you. So what I would do is I had to turn the rear view mirror sideways, otherwise I couldn't see. It was blinding. I just couldn't see. I until the person decided to pass me, I had to cover the rear view mirror and just like stay in that lane.
Wow.
I stood in that lane. I drove at a reasonable speed, like 60, 65, whatever. And I just stood in that lane until the asshole passed me up. And then I turned the rear view mirror back again. Because when they're trying to, in other words, they want to be a real prick, and they want you to move out of their way. Instead of them switching lanes and passing.
It's crazy, dude. I drive fast. People pass me all the time. I'm going like 70 and a 55. They're doing 80 and a 55. Well, go right ahead. You want to pass me doing that? Help yourself.
I always fantasize about having one of those shoulder-held rocket launchers. The ones that you put on your shoulder. And
I used to fantasize about having a forklift at the end of my car and just taking cars in front of me and throwing them behind me overhead.
Oh, like that. There's a program called BattleBots that I watch.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they're robots with weapons on them, and they fight each other. They destroy each other. And
nice.
And then at the end of the season, they have like a trophy, a big, huge trophy that they give to the winner. But it's fun because they have these devices on the robot that throws the opponent up in the air and
wow,
and knocks parts off the opponent. Wipe, destroy the wheels, destroy this, destroy that. Like boom, 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 and you see sparks flying.
I'd put like twirling dildos on mine if I made one. Try to fuck the competition.
Well, the most common weapon is called the drum. It's a steel cylinder with spikes that spins.
Oh, nice.
It spins like this way up, so when it hits the opponent the right way, it flips them. And,
wow.
And sometimes if it doesn't flip them, it tears parts off them.
Flipper.
I like when they ram their opponent and all of a sudden the other robot catches on fire.
Nice.
And then if
Transformers, robots in disguise.
And if the robot can't move because of damage, the referees go 1, 2, and count, and up to 10, knockout. It's really it's from Las Vegas, the show.
They should do it like Count Floyd. I count there 1, a 2, a 3.
You know,
do the Floyd.
The guy who.
All right, we're having some fun delays here.
The guy who announces, the announcer on BattleBots, is the same voice of the Arby's commercial.
They have the meats.
His name is Farouk. Yeah.
We've got the meat. We've got the pressed meats that we picked up from the bottom of the butcher floor and pressed it together for a sandwich for you.
Oh, you mean they don't give you like
Arby's?
Real.
No, it's not quality food. No, it's pressed beef. Pressed beef.
So when they say we got the meats, it's like
they should say the meat scraps. Yeah, we got the meat scraps.
So
we're picking up the scraps and pressing them together.
They take all the. I'm not worshiping. I'm not worshiping the meat. Don't get.
All right, don't touch the meat.
So they take all the byproducts, all the scraps, the meat byproduct. They puree it probably.
Yes.
And they press it like.
Yeah, they make it into a loaf and they slice it.
Remember chicken roll and turkey roll? Remember that?
Unfortunately.
You know, people, like either the ghetto people or the po folk, they would buy like this chopped ham or the chicken roll. It's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real turkey breast. It's like
it's parts.
It's like they probably take gizzards and different, chicken feet or whatever. They grind it and they put some kind of gelatin in it to hold it all together.
To hold it together, exactly.
Really disgusting. It's not real food. So
no,
you mean
it's
to
not.
tell me that's what Arby's is giving people? And in the commercial, it looks like a gigantic sandwich. It looks huge.
Well, here's the thing. You got to go to Consumer Reports, or David Wolf on Facebook tells you which meats are good. Arby's and Burger King are using lower level meats. Yeah, they didn't get good reviews.
And you know about
Wendy's got
right?
better reviews for the meats.
Wendy's? And you know, what about White Castle? What did they get reviewed?
I didn't see them in there, to be honest with you. I'd have to look for the article again.
You know how bad McDonald's is? You saw the Jamie Oliver video about the pink slime. I mean the pink Pink Floyd? No. The pink slime. Yeah. They take they puree the meat byproducts, like you said, the scraps, and they put a little bit of a touch of ammonia to disinfect it.
Delicious.
Right.
And what do they make with that? Burgers?
Chicken McNuggets, the burgers. Oh. And I think the milkshakes are not real pure.
No, they use like the stuff they use in dressing, the emulsifiers and the jars and gums. Yeah, so I don't drink the shakes there anymore.
It's not a dairy milkshake.
It's barely dairy is what I'd call it, barely dairy.
I wonder if the Wendy's, you remember the Frosty by Wendy's?
Yeah, I used to eat that when I was younger. I haven't eaten it in years. Too much sugar.
I wonder if they're dairy. I wonder if they're.
I believe it is.
They taste like a malt.
And you know,
taste malt.
You know why Wendy's has such a good chicken sandwiches?
Wait, your audio is fucking
see
up.
Before you.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Dave Thomas. Dave Thomas died young from eating too much of his own food, I think.
Yeah, Wendy, the one with the red hair, she's fat. She took over. Yeah. All right, what happened with the chicken sandwich?
I was so good. You didn't hear me?
No, I didn't.
Dave.
It was distorted. What happened with the
Yeah,
chicken
Dave Thomas ran a KFC before he opened Wendy's. So when he opened Wendy's, he made sure he had an excellent chicken sandwich because of his experience at Wendy's.
Oh, I heard about.
I mean, excuse me, at KFC. Excuse
I
me.
heard about KFC. They use some genetic freaks for chicken. You know, genetically.
They used to be good when the Colonel owned them. As soon as he sold it, and corporate America took over, Popeyes is better than KFC these days.
I love Popeyes. Oh, I love it. I wish there was a Popeyes in this area, but they're not. They're all back by my hometown. I love Popeyes. I mean, their side dishes. You know, their side dishes are so good that you can make a meal out of their side dishes. Literally.
Yeah, their dirty rice or their red beans and rice is good.
Red beans and rice.
Their biscuits.
Dirty rice. We have buttermilk biscuits. They have mac and cheese. That awesome mac and cheese. I think we covered it. Oh, they have a barbecued pulled chicken sandwich. That's really tasty.
You know, that's supposed to be a special because I haven't seen that on the menu recently.
They have that. I used to get the popcorn shrimp. I used to get the crispy, spicy, extra crispy, the chicken or those buttermilks, man. And I love it. Every time you order something, you get a buttermilk biscuit.
Yeah, where were you living when you were able to order from there?
Well, my hometown of Lodi, New Jersey, is like 20 minutes west of here. But this is like a real hoity-toity area where a lot of rich people are, and there's really no fast food places. And
wow, that's surprising.
So the only affordable food I can get is Chinese takeout, Mexican, and whatever I cook from the grocery store.
So how far is Popeyes from you? Like an hour, 45 minutes?
20 minutes.
Well, that's not bad. If you really have an urge, you go there and eat something there, while it's still hot.
Yeah, it's too bad I lost my car in a flood.
Oh crap! When was that?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
How long ago was that, James?
Yeah, it's a while ago. It's quite a while.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Once your engine takes in water, and
it's
you know
history.
What? Yeah, you know what? I had a Ford Taurus, and I had no issues with it whatsoever. It was like smooth ride, ice cold air conditioning.
Wow.
The stereo, everything was great. And I just and when I got, what happened was in Saddlebrook, New Jersey. I was on my way home, right in Saddlebrook, New Jersey. They only had, there was a flash flood thunderstorm, right? And
wow.
They only two cops were on duty. The city hall scheduled only 2 cops to save money were on duty that night, and they didn't get a chance to close the streets that were flood zones.
Oh gosh.
And because of the fucking mayor being a cheap son of a bitch.
Sounds like it.
When I went to the buffet that weekend, I saw one of the cops, and he told me the story. He says, "Yeah, we went nuts. We were getting so many calls about people being stuck in the floodwaters, and we didn't have a chance to close the roads. It was just being at the wrong place at the wrong time."
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah,
my nephew had that happen. He drove through something and ruined his car as well.
Yeah, once the engine The AAA guy says once the engine takes in water, he says 9 times out of 10. Now you're not supposed to try to start the car. But I don't know. I don't know if that really helps. Like
once it's done, it's done, I believe.
So like if your engine is running and you go into deep water and the electrical system becomes soaking wet and the engine is still running, doesn't it automatically just take in water?
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's it. It's just a stroke of bad luck, and because
engines that were fuel injected are supposed to not have that problem. I don't know if we're talking over each other. I apologize, but engines that are fuel injected supposedly weren't supposed to have that problem.
I had fuel injection, and
still did it. Fuck, that's bad.
Yeah. I drove my whole life. I was independent. I had my vehicle.
Did you get good insurance money back from it, or because it was old, it wasn't enough to buy a new car?
Yeah, it wasn't new, and they didn't. No, I didn't. The money they offered was like wouldn't
a third.
No, it wouldn't even be a third.
Wow.
Of another car. It's like, and then when I sent an email to the mayor's office of Saddlebrook, New Jersey, they never replied to me.
No, they don't care about you. Big government doesn't care about anybody.
Says you had 2 cops on duty with a flash flood warning.
Crazy.
Yeah. Ronnie probably got tired. Yeah. Well, if he's that tired,
usually I just put the cam.
If he's that tired, he should tell me. He says he's getting real sleepy. Thank you, guys. I'll see you. And that's it.
Well, maybe he's taking a leak or getting another drink or something.
Who knows? Anyway, what was I talking? We're talking about food, fast food. Yeah, I hope White Castle's quality, because let me tell you, they stopped advertising in my area, but they're thriving. The White Castles are always thriving, and I think it's because it's low cost fast food. But White Castle
cost isn't as low as it used to be.
Yeah, they might have jacked it up like all the other crooks, but they don't advertise all the specialties that White Castle makes. Sweet potato fries, pulled pork sandwiches, fish sandwich,
sloppy Joe,
fish nuggets, cod for Alaskan cod, fish nuggets. I said pulled pork already, right? Okay. Oh,
sloppy joes,
sloppy joe, fried clams, and good fried clams. I used to tell them. I used to order all my food, and I used to say, with the clams, lightly fry 1 minute, because I was told by an Italian chef that deep frying seafood, especially shellfish, don't go over a minute because it gets chewy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, and their milkshakes were highly rated. I think the White Castle milkshake is real dairy, and they were creamy. They were excellent. I used to say, could you mix chocolate and vanilla for me? Give me a jumbo shake. Mix the chocolate and vanilla. Make a swirl. He said,
yeah.
So the woman says, well, it was a black lady. She says, "Oh, you want a jungle fever? You want a jungle fever milkshake?" I said,
that's funny.
That was clever, man. That was clever. And but it was good. I mean, it was
That's
it was
cool.
good. I guess I think he was tired. So that's which is okay. I
Well,
mean,
you're
he
Oh,
should
going
have
on
said,
2.5 hours yourself, James. You're doing pretty long show, bro.
yeah. Well, you know, see the thing about what I like about the format I chose, the format is like, you know, you're in a hot air balloon, you're up in the sky, or you know, wherever the wind wants to take you. And
Exactly.
I like the fact that one subject can lead into another and it
Variety.
has a flow of variety. It just flows.
Sure, man. We covered a lot of subjects as
Yeah.
usual.
Okay, I have a little more cooking left, but I have a big um I have a big split chicken breast in the bone,
Nice.
huge one, with roasted broccoli and a Japanese sweet potato, roasted
Cool.
in the same skillet, and I put imported Indian hot curry all over the chicken
Nice.
with garlic powder, and I put a lot of this. It's called garam masala. This is from has like a Hindu god in the front, Laxmi.
Nice.
Laxmi. It's a Hindu god, and it's imported garam masala, the hottest curry available. And I loaded that chicken, and I'm going to pig out, and I'm going to eat it. All right, hold
Tonight
on.
or tomorrow?
No, right after I
No
close.
problem, Ronnie. Have a good one.
Have a good one. I appreciate it. You showing up. Yes, yeah, appreciate it.
I made a skillet this morning. I took a hot sausage roll, like a big one, like you know who makes that, you know, like Jimmy Dean, one of those big sausage logs. It was a generic one from Aldi. It was hot, spicy, and I broke that up in a skillet and cooked it up, and I put potatoes in there. And then I like to cook the potatoes for real long time, just because I like them to try to. It's harder to make them crispy like I like, but I cook them at least 40 minutes or so. I don't mind, because I'll wait, and then I put 6 whipped eggs in there, and cheese and some saffron. Saffron and eggs is delicious. And then I made
You take a bull whip to the eggs, like Devo, like you whip it.
real good. And I whisk them away, and then I eat it with salsa, hot salsa, and some sour cream, a light sour cream. Daisy makes the best tasting light sour cream. And then I have breakfast for like 4 or 5 days. I just reheat the skillet. So that's what I had for breakfast
Let me tell
today.
you, all these, the store brand of more expensive brand name product is excellent. Their quality is excellent. I know what you mean. The breakfast sausage in the plastic tube, like Jimmy Dean. And,
yeah, the big thick tube.
And they're from Canada. Their hash brown potato patties frozen are excellent, also from Canada. And they have their spam is called luncheon meat. But guess
From
what?
Denmark.
It's from Denmark, and there's no corn syrup. There's no byproducts. It's just simple, straightforward ingredients, and they're liverwurst, low priced and really good Braunschweiger, German liverwurst.
I used to get Danish bacon at a Polish deli. Danes have really good pork. The bacon's good. The luncheon meat, that's all good.
That's what Jordy was talking about, Danish bacon.
Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah, he loves it. I never had it before though, but I used to
It's
go to
really-
Polish. I used to get kishka, the blood sausage.
Yeah.
I used to get everything. Their liver sausage. I used to get their all kinds of kielbasa, beef jerky. I used to buy so much there.
Well, they have like these long thin sausages that are really good. They're similar to like
linguiça.
Similar to what are those
Oh,
Slim Jims? But they're really, they're pork and they're long and they're delicious.
Yeah, they're called cabanusi.
Yeah, those are great. Those are great.
Now, getting back to all these, you know how I made my scrambled eggs and omelets? I didn't whisk anything because then I got to wash the whisk. I saved from all these. They have spaghetti sauce with the measurements etched right into the glass. You know, you can use it as a measuring cup. I used to put the raw eggs and
shake it
and the seasoning, the hot pepper, everything goes in the glass jar. Shake it for like not even 30 seconds. Vigorously,
Nice.
and it was all blended.
Nice.
It was because you know what happens. The yolks start ricocheting off the glass, and you know it busts them up, and you know it's all perfectly blended. Then
I put baking powder in my eggs to give them fluff.
Really,
I like hot sauce in there too.
I wonder if you can, if you fried up a couple of all these hash brown patties. I wonder if you can, when they're real crispy. I wonder if you can pour the eggs and make like a big omelet.
Sure.
Hash brown potatoes.
Wow, you're making me hungry. I'm not even hungry.
And it's really, yeah, because the way I explained it, it's
and don't forget cheese. I use some taco cheese and some low-calorie Mexican cheese.
I buy
from Aldi.
I buy the huge bags of what they call it's a shredded Mexican blend.
Nice.
It's a blend, and I use that for everything. I use that for sandwiches. You know, if I want to make a grilled cheese sandwich with smoked ham, I use that for making soft tacos, quesadillas, what have you.
Nice.
It's a great melting cheese, and it has all good cheese in it. You know, it has the Spanish cheeses. It has some cheddar in there.
Some Asiago too, right?
All the cheeses that, no American cheese, good cheese. All the cheese
Yeah, American cheese is okay when you're a kid. That's about it.
It's processed.
Exactly.
It's not as bad as Velveeta, but it's like one step above Velveeta and Cheese Whiz.
Wow.
And I can't believe that the most popular, famous Philly cheesesteak place in Philadelphia, those cheap bastards, they use Velveeta on their Philly cheesesteak.
Wow, that's brutal.
That's brutal. I've been in restaurants where I ordered a Philly cheesesteak, and I told them, don't you dare put any American cheese or Velveeta. I want real cheese. I told them to put either mozzarella or Swiss. But mozzarella is a good melting cheese.
Yes, it is.
Monterey Jack is a good melting cheese. That was one of the Mexican blends, by the way. Monterey.
Yeah, Monterey. Yeah, I like that.
Especially the jalapeno peppers in the Monterey Jack. That's a good melting cheese. Munster, the German cheese. It's like a German mozzarella. Munster, it's called.
Yeah,
excellent.
That's a good melter.
Excellent flavor, good melting cheese. Okay, I am ready to attack that food, and I'm going to close.
All right, buddy.
And we'll see what happens. You know, if the weather sucks or you get out early and I'm still around, just send me a message, and
Yes, sir.
If I'm still on with the show. Now, after Commodore leaves, but I have some nice videos to play that are they're not porno. They're adult oriented as far as dating goes. They're advice oriented, and one of them is the full explanation of the clitoris and everything you wanted to know about the clitoris.
Nice.
Yes, I got some goodies.
Well, listen, if I don't make it, send me that show. I want to hear. If I can't be on it, I want to hear it. It sounds interesting.
If you don't make it,
Please.
I'll send you the show.
Appreciate it.
All right, Chief. All right. Thank you, everyone.
All right, James. Have a good night.
You too.
Good
I'm
night.
hungry.
Bye-bye.
I'm hungry, man.
Eat up. Bye.